So there's one thing that constantly amazes me is our little itty bitty YouTube channel, how many different companies offer a product for me to try out and post a great review on my channel about it. This little dinky channel, and there, I get this stuff all the time, and most of it's just complete useless to me. It doesn't have anything to do with what my channel's about. I mean, I'm not looking for the great next Nokia flip phone or the next great Ginsu knife or whatever. Just off the wall stuff, or how to do web design. None of that matters at all to me. So I just ignore most of it. Every once in a while though, a company will come forward with something that does interest me. And most of those items never make it to the channel either, because I try them out and either one of two things happens. They won't let me post an honest review about it. Or they really don't like you to do it. So I said, yeah, just keep your product. I'm not interested. If I can do an honest review about it, sure, we can talk. And the other thing that happens is it shows up and it is just pure garbage. And there's no way I would push a product that I think is just pure garbage. But a company contacted me here a couple months ago and said, hey, could we send you a pair of boots? They're kind of mud style boots to try out. Here's a selection of 3 different kinds of boots. Pick one, try it out and see what you think. I said, sure, I'll do that if I can give an honest review about it. And they agreed to it. So they sent me a pair of boots. And I'm not sure how you say the name of this company. Kalkal maybe. But I've been wearing these for the last 2 months when I'm out on my adventures looking at old mines. I've been trying to get a bunch of filming done before the snow flies. Haven't been getting many videos edited, but I've been out trying to get some video done while I've got a little bit of time. And I've been wearing these out for a lot of these adventures where it's wet, inside portals and stuff. It's muddy, nasty. I've been wearing these things. And yesterday I went on an adventure. I had to cross a small river, trying to get across to where there was an old coal mine. And I'm going off on memories from when I was a little kid. I could have swore there was an old coal mine up one of these canyons across this river. And I went wandering all over up in there. I never did quite find what I was looking for. But I wore these across the river. And normally, I have terrible luck with these style of boots. Either they fit my feet terrible and they just constantly binding, squeezing my feet. So they make my feet hurt. Or the bottom of them, the sole of them are so uncomfortable you can only wear them a little bit and your feet just hurt like crazy. So I decided, normally if I would cross a river like that, I would take like irrigation style boots, walk across, and then have other shoes with me to swap out, and then I could go do my adventure. I decided I would just take these along and see how they worked. I went about 2-mile hike yesterday, up and down canyons and up some pretty steep hills and down really steep hills, and we'll get into that in just a minute. And these things were comfortable the whole time. And I wore them on, I went and looked at a couple other little mines, and I spent, at one spot, there was supposed to be an old bridge, and I was trying to find the remnants of this old bridge across a creek, and it was a fairly cold creek. I spent about 30 minutes walking up and down the creek looking for where this bridge might have been, and it's really cold water. My feet never got cold in these things. That was the other thing that impressed me. My feet did not get cold while I was messing around in the water. And I stayed dry the whole time. But normally, these style boots just kill my feet. I have had terrible luck. I bought the highest priced boots, like the $130, whatever that brand is. Bogs maybe, Mucks, whatever they are. I've tried several different brands of those really high priced ones, and I wind up just putting them in the closet and giving them away at some point because they just don't fit my feet right and they're uncomfortable. They're hard to put on. These things are very easy to put on. They stay on my feet well. And what really impressed me was the traction on these things. Going down a steep hill yesterday where the grass was wet, it had rained a little bit on it. It's dry grass and it's wet and it's really slick. And I thought, man, I'm just going to go sliding down this hill. I'm carrying this camera, and I'm going to go sliding down this hill and destroy my camera. These things gripped better than most other boots I've had, bar none, let alone this style of boot. So this probably doesn't come across at all on camera, but this is a fairly steep hillside going off here down to the Powder River. And all this dried up grass. It's got a little moisture on it. All these little sticks, really slick. But these boots have surprised the heck out of me. They have gripped this hillside fairly well. I've only slipped once. So I can't complain about that for these kind of boots. They've done a great job. And I've walked around over probably 1.5 miles in these and my feet don't hurt. So that's really good. Have done a great job. I've been super impressed with these things. And normally, most things that I get sent, I'm like, there's no way I would recommend this junk to anybody. But these things, I've actually been really, really impressed. So if you're looking for some good mud boots, muck style boots, do your chores in, that's one thing I really like about these. They're easy to slip on and take off. Some of the other boots, not so much. I do really enjoy these boots. I was pretty skeptical, but they did a great job designing these boots. Kudos to you guys. The only thing I wish I would have got this taller style, because when I was crossing that river yesterday, these were getting pretty close to the going over the top with water. I mean, there's obviously not going to go through a lot of water with this style. They do make a taller style, but this is the style I wanted. I figured these would be the most used to me, and so far, you know, I've used the heck out of them in the last 2 months, and these are not going to be sitting in my closet collecting dust. These will probably stay in my rig. When I'm out doing adventures, I'm going to slip these on when it's wet and nasty. These are going to be my go-to boots. So they've offered a discount on these things. I don't remember what it was, what percentage it was for viewers of the channel. I'll post it here and I'll link down here somewhere how you can get a hold of these things. Also in the description below. And I'll pin it to the comments below so you can find it fairly easy. And so I do really enjoy these boots. I can highly recommend these. They put up really well with my abuse, walking up and down hills over logs. I really have zero complaints about these things. So if you're looking for a good pair of boots like these, this is something I actually can recommend. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.